I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000 plus creators and startups, to creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you.
I shifted from just creating content to really understanding our audience's financial pain points through data analysis and SEO optimization. Adam Garcia, the founder of The Stock Dork. Now I spend about 40% of my week diving into user behavior metrics and search trends, which helps us create more targeted content about investing strategies that actually resonates with both beginner and experienced investors. John Baldino, the president with Huma Resso, says no rest for the creative. I prioritize fostering a culture where creativity thrives. My top 3 weekly priorities include 1, innovation and creativity. I actively encourage my team to think critically and explore possibilities. This doesn't just create great content, it creates a creative culture where ideas turn into action. 2, customer engagement. I focus on listening closely to our audience, building relationships, and turning feedback into tailored offerings. From there, we develop proof-driven case studies that reinforce our value. 3, sustainable growth. Strategic planning and resource management are non-negotiables. I use real-world needs and valid forecasting to guide content development, turning market insights into blogs and articles that resonate. A year ago, I may have focused more on execution. Today, it's about making sure everything we do from content to client strategy is aligned with values, vision, and long-term results. Alec Loeb, the VP of Growth Marketing for Eco ATM, says document before you optimize. I used to over-polish every post, but the real magic, sharing the behind the scenes, work in progress content. Simplicity builds trust. Consistency builds momentum. Treat your content like a product. Track, test, and repeat what works. When I started, I overcomplicated content. I tried to make every piece look polished. That slowed me down. The better move was to document works in progress, show the process, share what you're testing, explain what you're learning. That kind of content creates trust. It's fast to produce and easy to repeat. Simplicity wins. The creators who last are the ones who make consistency a habit, not a strategy. The same in growth marketing, I review performance every week. I cut what under delivers. I scale what works. The same applies to content. Measure everything. Posts that get saved, shared, or replayed tell you what matters. Use the data. Build repeatable systems. Treat your content like a product. Focus on value. Focus on delivery. That mindset compounds over time. You stop guessing and start improving. I started in Fortune 500 companies, long timelines, big budgets. Today's cycle moves faster. High output creators work like operators. They use calendars, they set deadlines, they review numbers. That structure allows for better decisions and better execution. The best creators are the most disciplined. They don't chase attention, they earn trust through volume and clarity. Stick to a schedule, track your output, make improvements weekly. Everything else is noise. Justin Malden, the founder for Salient PR, says consistency beats perfection every time. I obsessed over making everything perfect until I saw clients with simple, steady content grow way faster. Good enough and consistent wins. Perfection delays progress. Runbo Lee, the CEO for Magic Hour, says start with imperfect results. Iterate as you go. Our first NBA video edits weren't great, but we launched, learned, and listened. That mindset from trying to be perfect to being iterative helped us reach 200 million in views. Don't wait to get it right. Get it out, then get it better. AI tools have been game-changing for my content creation at Magic Hour, but I wish I'd known earlier that it's okay to start with imperfect results. When we first launched our NBA video edits, they weren't perfect, but by continuously experimenting and gathering user feedback, we improved dramatically. Now hitting 200 million views shows how that willingness to learn and adapt really pays off. Josiah Lipsmeyer, the founder of Plasthetics, says, "Stop trying to be polished, start being useful." After spending my first year trying to be perfect, I realized that deeply understanding my audience mattered most. Forget trendy, focus on true relevance. You'll grow faster when you stop performing and start solving. Kiera DeWitt, an RN and CPN and founder and CEO of Inject Co. I spent 6 months obsessing over logos and editing my first $2,000 course sale from a no-edit car video. Clarity beats aesthetics every time. Help first, clean it up later. I built my business from the treatment chair up, scaled it past 6 figures, then turned the whole model into an educational platform. I work with clients, students, and patients daily, so I know exactly what moves people and what stalls them out. I had to become a creator to grow, even when it felt unnatural at first. So here's the advice I would give myself on day one. Stop trying to be polished and start being useful. Your audience does not care if the lighting is perfect. They care if you save them time, teach them something, or give them clarity. I lost 6 months obsessing over logos, intros, captions, and perfect reels before I posted anything real, REAL. That first video that made us $2,000 in course sales was filmed in my car with 0 editing. Clarity beats aesthetics every time. You will grow faster when you stop performing and start solving. Give value first, then clean it up later. Len May, the CEO of Endo DNA, says our content isn't marketing, it's trust, momentum, and magnetism. Top 3 weekly priorities. Number 1, strategic growth, partnerships, and high impact moves. Number 2, purposeful content creation, repurposing long form for scalability. Number 3, empowering the team. Delegation unlocks vision. Early on, I wore every hat. Now I lead with focus and scale with purpose, relentless focus on strategic growth. Every week, I prioritize activities that directly move the company and my personal brand forward: partnerships, product innovations, and high impact conversations. As a creator and CEO, it's easy to get lost in the day to day, but now more than ever, I focus on doing fewer things better. A year ago, I was more reactive. Today, I'm more intentional. Today, I'm intentional about protecting my creative and strategic energy. Whether it's podcast episodes, thought leadership pieces, or social media, creating meaningful content consistently is critical. Content isn't just marketing, it's how you build trust, demonstrate value, and create momentum. My approach now is to be strategic and scalable with content, which leads to content creation with purpose. Team empowerment and delegation. When I first started, I wore every hat. Now the priority is building and trusting a team that can execute. So I stay focused on vision and growth. Empowering others allows me to remain in a creator mindset without being stuck in operation. I've learned that letting go is a superpower. Big shift over time. When I started, I was obsessed with doing everything myself, believing hustle alone would lead to success. Now it's about high leverage activities, deep creative work, and leading through empowerment, not micromanagement. John Chang, the CEO of Playably.ai, says, I dedicate at least 10 hours weekly just to testing new AI implementations and gathering user feedback. A year ago, I was focused on feature development, but now I spend more time ensuring our AI solutions actually solve real problems for our customers rather than just implementing cool tech. I make it a point to personally talk to at least 5 users every week, something I'd encourage every creator to do regardless of their industry. Kristen Marquet, the founder and creative director of Marquet Media, says creativity without a conversion plan is just content. Now everything I create has a purpose and a path. My top 3 priorities as a creator and CEO are: 1, build systems around creativity. I batch, template, and repurpose like crazy. I don't rely on motivation, I rely on structure. Number 2, keep my audience close, whether it's through email, comments, or DM. Staying connected to real people behind the metrics helps me create meaningful things. 3, protect white space. I schedule time to think, write, and not produce. That margin is where my best ideas come from. Many years ago, I was chasing too many platforms and over-investing in what looked like growth. Now I'm ruthlessly focused on what actually moves the needle and feels creatively aligned. That's the shift. Sam Taggart, the CEO and founder of the D2D Experts, says every week my top priority is establishing clarity for my team and community. I believe a creator CEO is the signal in the noise. If I'm unclear, everything downstream suffers. My top 3 weekly priorities: 1, content with purpose. I batch podcast episodes, short form videos, and deep dive trainings that power our content engine. It's not about volume, it's about content that builds authority or drives conversion. 2, internal alignment. Weekly team syncs keeps products, marketing, and sales rowing in sync. I've shifted from creating alone to empowering others to carry our creative vision. Audience engagement. 3, I reply to DMs, send voice notes, and hop into mastermind Zooms. That pulse check is where our best pivots come from. A year ago, I was doing everything myself. Now the content fuels the brand and the brand fuels the community. That shift from me as creator to us as a movement changed everything. Matthew Oldham, the founder of Bip Bap Bop, says at Bip Bap Bop, we believe that learning should be child's play. That's why we're creating a wiki for kids, a safe, curated environment where parents and teachers can find fun and engaging content that helps kids play, create, and learn. As a product leader, entrepreneur, and growth hacker with experience from startups to billion-dollar companies, right now I'm focused on scaling Bip Bap Bop, where we've launched everything from free coloring pages to Amazon published books for kids. My current top 3 priorities include: 1, outreach, spreading the word about our mission and impact; 2, advertising, finding profitable, sustainable ways to grow our customer base; and 3, AI integration, leveraging tech to improve and expand our product offerings. A year ago, my focus was foundational, building our website, hiring the creative team, and training processes. Now it's all about traction, optimization, and scaling content that makes learning fun. Adam Hayworth, founder of Contactora, says, as a creator and CEO, my top priority each week is making sure our content connects with our audience. Every week, I dedicate time to planning and creating posts, videos, and newsletters that are not only helpful, but also true to our brand. I check in regularly with my team to keep projects aligned and flowing. I also review performance metrics, what our audience loves, what's falling flat, and use that insight to refine our approach. Early on, I focused purely on content creation. Now I lead with a balance of strategic oversight, audience insights, and team empowerment to drive sustainable growth. Natalia Lavrenenko, a UGC manager and marketing manager of Ratley, says, my number 1 priority now is consistency over perfection. Early on, I stressed over every detail: lighting, captions, retakes, which slowed everything down. Now I care more about showing up every week than obsessing over one perfect post. Momentum builds trust. You get better by doing, not by waiting. My top 3 weekly priorities include: 1, content flow, keep ideas moving, planning 3 to 5 videos, shooting 1 to 2, reviewing edits, no overthinking. Number 2, team check-ins. I don't work solo anymore. I stay in touch with editors, creators, and brands to keep projects moving and timelines clear. 3, viewer feedback. I look at DMs, comments, video drops. That's where the content ideas come from. It's your audience telling you what to make next. A year ago, I chased trends. Now I build a brand. Big difference. Kurt Norris, a content marketing specialist and founder of Kurt's Copy, says everything I publish ties back to a bigger SEO or conversion goal. Top 3 priorities now. Number 1, content promotion and brand building. I spend more time on media outreach, backlink acquisition, and email campaigns to build long-term visibility and drive traffic to key pages. 2, strategic content creation. I focus on creating blog posts and sales pages that build topical authority around core service offerings. 3, internal linking and funnel building. I prioritize content hierarchy and funnel structure, guiding readers from top of funnel discovery content to mid funnel education and bottom funnel conversion pages. Top 3 priorities a year ago included content creation, on-page SEO, and publishing at scale, so you can see how they've changed. Yarden Morgan, director of growth of Lucia, says my top priority has shifted from chasing every marketing trend to laser focusing on building genuine relationships with our audience through consistent, value-driven content. I spend at least 3 hours weekly directly engaging with our community's feedback and questions on social media. The simple shift led to a 40% increase in our content engagement, far better than when I was spread thin across every new initiative. Now I focus on showing up with value and building trust, one conversation at a time. Ben Phibbs, the CEO of The Retail Doctor, says if you're aspiring to be a great content creator, it has to start with you first, not ChatGPT. Know the point of your story and the lesson it gives the viewer. People always ask me for stories of success or what it took to become the retail doctor. The truth is, content that connects starts with personal clarity. Without a clear purpose and takeaway, you're just adding to the noise on already crowded platforms. Authentic storytelling is what cuts through. Josh Mangum, the CEO with WIT or WIT Group, said it took me years to create professional looking content that would lead to new business opportunities. Looking back, I underestimated how much quality content impacts credibility and growth. It wasn't just about showing up online, it was about showing up well. Once I shifted my focus to mastering content presentation and aligning it with strategy, the leads started coming in without cold outreach. Treat your content like your storefront. Make it professional, purposeful, and polished because it's working even when you're not. Ryan Young, owner of Revive Marketing Services, says my biggest weekly focus is staying ahead of platform changes and testing new strategies myself before rolling them out to clients. As a marketing agency owner, I've learned that experimentation is everything. I recently spent 2 weeks testing a range of AI tools only to confirm that human creativity still leads the way in creating impactful campaigns. Before we implement anything for clients, I get hands-on because staying ahead means never guessing. Alongside that, my top priorities are 1, team skill development, and 2, client relationship depth. Alex Cornici, a marketing and PR coordinator for InsureRank, says direct content creation is just one part of the puzzle. Andrew Dunn, vice president of marketing with Zentro Internet, says now I dedicate about 15 hours weekly to developing thought leadership content and fostering meaningful relationships with C-suite leaders. Grant Jenkins, the director of Wonder Foods, says make sure you start your day by creating, not just consuming. Whether it's replying to emails, scrolling content, or reacting to others, consumption can take over your day fast. That's why my priority is to start with creativity. I protect my mornings for writing, building, or ideating before diving into anyone else's agenda. It's a simple shift that makes a massive difference in momentum and clarity. Nikita Sherbina, the co-founder and CEO of AI Screen, says right now my biggest priority is striking the balance between creativity and consistency. It's a delicate act. Running a business while keeping up with content creation, but both are essential. A year ago, I was figuring it all out, testing content ideas, setting up processes, and learning how to scale without burning out. Now things are more focused with high quality, consistent content, scaling smartly, and community connection. Not just broadcasting, but listening and engaging meaningfully with audience building and email. You don't need millions of followers. You need meaningful connection. These creators and CEOs share how they're growing trust and community through conversation, clarity, and consistent communication. Andrea Tucan, the marketing lead for UK and IE with Compass Education, says keep your email simple. Skip the fluff, lead with value. 1 email booked 100 schools. No emojis, no warm-up paragraph, just here's how one school saves 6 hours a week. Want a 5-minute demo. Kill the clever, keep the helpful. My tip is that kill the clever and keep the helpful. If your newsletter needs a setup, a hook, a punchline, you've already lost the head teacher. Write like they're 2 swipes away from deleting, because they are. Runbo Lee, the CEO of Magic Hour, says my top priority is maintaining our AI's technology's creative edge while ensuring it remains accessible and user-friendly. Alex Cornici, the marketing and PR coordinator for Biodegradable Trash, says engage with your audience. Don't just create for them. I used to focus only on output, but the real growth happened in the interaction. Responding to comments, asking for feedback, being present. That's where loyalty is built. Ryan Young, the owner of Revive Marketing Services, says your first 100 followers matter more than your first viral post. I wasted time chasing big numbers when I focused on building genuine connection with the first few people who showed up. The foundation for real growth began. Julie Collins, the marketing director for the Fruit Guys, says right now my top weekly priority is deepening customer engagement through relevance and retention. Marketing and monetization. Justin Belmont, the CEO with Pros, says build an email list early, way earlier than you think. Social media changes, email doesn't. Social media platforms are fickle and algorithms may change overnight, but your email list is yours. It's a direct connection to people who want to hear from you. And it's the best way to build a loyal audience. Start capturing emails with something simple like a free resource or exclusive content and nurture those relationships. Trust me, when you need to pivot or promote something big, that list will be your lifeline. Kristen Marquet, the founder and creative director of Marquet Media, says don't wait for perfect to market yourself. Clarity comes from action. Adam Klein, the managing director of New Ventures West, says write to someone, not everyone. I used to send 137 emails in a month with no traction. Then I spent 3 days writing one email to a quiet supporter and landed a $14,000 project. Don't try to win the internet. Speak clearly to one person. That level of care is what moves the needle. Darwin Liu, the CEO of X Agency, says authenticity builds trust, which is the currency of the creator economy. Changwei Chen, the president and CEO of Data Newman, says my number one priority is to determine what to do. Alexei Grigorenko, the CEO of Pride Audio, says as a creator and CEO, my number one weekly priority right now is focusing on creating value for users and customers. Gregory Rozdeba, the CEO of Dundas Wealth, says focus on client education has become my number one priority. Mike Wall, the CEO of Easy Sell Home Buyers, says my priorities have shifted from chasing every lead to building genuine relationships. Jessica Vikars, the founder of Confetti Jar, says as a creator and CEO, my number one priority is growth. It's not just about watching numbers rise, it's about understanding why they're rising. That insight is what drives strategic decisions, strengthens our platform's value, and helps us hit big goals faster. Taryn Pumphrey, the president of Ledger Lift, says my number one priority now is to ensure that our clients have a clear, simplified path to financial stability. Land Keller, the CEO of TK Properties, says my number one priority for our company is managing incoming leads for our acquisitions department so we can keep a steady flow of houses to sell to private investors. Everything starts with quality lead flow at TK Properties. I personally ensure our acquisitions pipeline stays consistent because without it, the rest doesn't matter. Once lead volume is stable, we track call quality, follow-ups, and critical metrics like cost per deal and cost per lead. This data-first focus has helped us significantly improve performance across the board compared to last year. Mohammed Kamal, business development manager with Olavivo, says as a creator and CEO, my focus has evolved to prioritize building strategic partnerships with complementary brands. This shift has been a game changer. These partnerships not only boost credibility, but also expand our reach by tapping into aligned audiences through organic, value-driven collaborations. From co-hosted events to cross-promotions, each alliance strengthens both communities. In today's saturated market, strategic partnerships aren't just optional. They're essential for sustained growth and meaningful community engagement. And collaboration. Viral reach fades. Real relationships last. These creators share how community, connection, and collaboration have become their most valuable currencies for long-term success. Michael Lazar, the CEO of Content Authors, says focus on relationships over trends. Trends fade, real people don't. When you focus on understanding your audience, engaging deeply, and connecting with fellow creators, you build something way more meaningful and more profitable. Hugh Dixon, the marketing manager for PSS International Removals, long-term trust over short-term wins. I used to chase every growth hack, but real value comes from stepping back, understanding our expat community, and truly serving their needs. Trust takes time, but pays off in loyalty. Gabby Alexander, the sales director for SERPNinja.io, says creating alone is overrated. Community builds clarity. I used to grind in isolation. Then I joined Discord groups, starting virtual coffee chats, and collaborated more. These relationships have led to countless collaborations, emotional support during tough times, and helped me avoid common pitfalls others had already discovered. Odell Gilbert says, as the COO of Dentally Go, you're not just building followers, you're building community. We don't just provide a service, we offer something people can count on. When we listened, understood, and cared more, our clients stayed longer, engaged more, and told others. That's the magic of real connection. Sean Grabeau, the owner of Central City Solutions, says build community before you need it. I hosted monthly coffee meetups for local property investors just to share the stories and struggles. It wasn't for leads, it was for learning. When things got tough, the community became my strongest asset. Don't wait to build your network, nurture it now. Aaron Siamek, the CEO for Forge Digital Marketing LLC, says creativity dries up when people feel disconnected or overwhelmed. Projects move faster and ideas get bolder when people feel seen and heard. It's a lesson I wish I'd embraced sooner, and it's made all the difference in how we work and what we create. Steve Florent, the CEO of Claire Services, says my top priority now as CEO is connecting with potential clients and understanding their needs. It's like being a tailor. You can't create the perfect suit without knowing the client's measurements and preferences. Cyrus Parteau, the CEO of Ship the Deal, says my biggest priority has evolved from chasing every possible feature to deeply focusing on user experience and retention at Ship the Deal. I spend about 60% of my time analyzing user feedback and iterating on our core deal finding functionality. Looking back at when I started, I wish I'd learned sooner that saying no to good ideas that don't serve your core mission is just as important as saying yes to the right ones. Laura Kosmorski, the co-founder of Tide Sunwear, says my number one priority each week is maintaining a strong connection between our brand's core mission and our customers' evolving needs. A year ago, my focus was on survival, building supplier relationships, securing our first loyal customers, and creating a solid product lineup. Today, it's about refining the customer experience and growing with purpose. We're not just selling sunwear. We're offering confidence, protection, and a lifestyle rooted in wellness and fashion. Each week, I'm evaluating how to improve personalization, expand our offerings, and serve our community better. My other 2 weekly priorities include 1, scaling marketing efforts, reaching more women who want sun protective and stylish beachwear through intentional value-driven campaigns, and 2, innovating with fabric technology. From cooling features to increased sun protection, we're committed to staying ahead while keeping our designs fashion forward. Or Moshe, the founder and developer of Tevello, says my top priority has shifted from feature development to community engagement. Every week, I dedicate at least 6 hours to hosting live sessions with Shopify merchants, gathering their insights and pain points. This direct feedback loop has helped us develop features that truly resonates with their needs, because the best innovations start by listening. Alan Koo, the owner and operator of Zinfandel Grill, says, I've discovered that investing time in people development has dramatically improved our service quality and reduced turnover. Finance and profitability. Passion matters, but profit funds the mission. These creators share the money moves, mindset shifts, and financial strategies that help them build real, resilient businesses. Austin Rolfs, the founder and prosperity and finance specialist with Zanda Wealth, says, know your numbers. They'll either build your business or break it. If I could give one tip to aspiring creators, it's this. Understand your numbers early. Know what you're spending, what you're making, and where every dollar is going. When I first started, I stayed high level and ignored the details. That led to some painful moments that could have been avoided with better cash flow tracking. Whether you're investing in real estate or building a content brand, financial clarity is your foundation. Without it, you're scaling with fear. With it, you scale with confidence. Edward Piazza, the president of Titan Funding, says build multiple income streams. Don't rely on just one. I started in traditional real estate financing, but added bridge loans and different asset types. As a creator, think beyond one platform. One stream slows, the others keep flowing. Gregory Rosdeba, the CEO of Dundas Wealth, says set aside 30% of every payment starting now. I got hit with a massive tax bill and had to dip into personal savings. Now I track every expense, use a separate biz account, and plan for taxes like a pro. Your future behind the scenes and brand storytelling. Polished is nice, but powerful is real. These creators prove that sharing the messy middle, honest moments, and behind the scenes journey builds trust, reliability, and deeper brand love. Reginald Youngblood, the owner of Heat Print Hub, says be transparent about your transformation. It builds trust. I thought my past as an athlete didn't apply to business. Turns out sharing my shift into printing made people relate more. Don't hide your journey, it's your power. Gavin Bent, the marketing executive, Pawns by Michael Wheat, says your best content might be the one you didn't mean to film. One of our most shared clips, a time lapse of a crane lifting a filtration tank. Totally unplanned, and it brought in over 40,000 pounds in new business. Ugly builds trust. Show the mud, not just the masterpiece. Peter X, the founder of RUIQIGO, says the real growth happens when you tune in and respond to people you're creating for. Itamar Haim, a CEO strategist with Elementor, says document everything, especially what doesn't work. I used to keep lessons in my head. Now I jot down every win and fail in a Google Doc. It helps me train new team members, refine our process, and tell a more transparent brand story. Brandy Simmons, the owner of Texas Home Buying Pros, says real talk converts better than stock content ever will. Louis Giorgio, the managing director of Essential Workwear, says if you can't turn your tools into content, you're probably selling fluff. When we started, I thought videos of embroidery machines would just get likes. They didn't. But one 20-second clip of our 12-head machine running high-vis jackets landed us our biggest deal of the year. No hashtags, just proof of speed. Here's the move. Film the thing you actually do. Show your process like you're training a new hire. No filters, no fluff, just function. That's what builds trust. Vibe Half Kishnani, the founder and CEO of Content Whale, says, I believe my number one priority every week now is protecting deep creative time. And honestly, that was not the case when I first started. Systems and scaling. Success isn't just built on hustle, it's built on systems. These creators reveal how they've scaled their businesses, creativity, and sanity by working smarter, not harder. Anupa Rangala, the CEO of Invensys Technologies, says sustainability comes from systems, not just passion alone. I shifted from creator to creative entrepreneur by treating ideas like products and tracking results like growth metrics. Passion starts the engine, systems keeps it running. Joe Spicek, the CEO for Fulfill.com, says the riches are in the niches. Find yours and own it. For creators in any space, content, e-commerce, services, my advice is simple. Don't try to serve everyone. Sustainable growth comes from being the specialist your audience can't live without. I've seen 3PL warehouses fail trying to handle everything, hazmat, frozen foods, you name it. The ones who thrived, they found their lane. Ours was tabletop games. That niche focus led to $10 million in annual reoccurring revenue and an acquisition. Creators, the principle is the same. Where do your interests and skills meet a specific market need? Go deep. Solve their exact problems, build trust, get known. That's how you scale without burning out or blending in. Clinton Holmes, the CEO for Your Property Marketing Solutions, says, I used to try to prove I could do it all. Now I focus on doing the right things. Kushal Kishore, the CEO for ClearCat.net, says hustle gets you started, but systems set you free. To any aspiring creator, I'd say hustle gets you started, but system sets you free. Daniel Haim, the CEO of App Makers LA, says the real flex isn't doing more. It's knowing what actually matters that week. Joshua Odmark, the CIO and founder of Local Data Exchange, says perfecting our core technology actually brings better results than constantly chasing new capabilities. Victoria Olsina, Web3 SEO agency founder of victoriaolsina.com. Today, I've built custom AI agents trained on industry tone and client data, allowing me to scale content production by 10x without sacrificing quality. My top priority each week is creating scalable content. I focus on producing high leverage pieces like YouTube videos, SEO breakdowns, and live webinars that can be repurposed across multiple platforms. One video becomes a blog post, a newsletter, a Twitter thread, and a series of social media shorts. Yayo Hisu, the founder and CEO of Flowy, says my number one priority each week now is clarity, making sure the entire team is aligned on what we're building, why it matters, and how each piece fits in the bigger vision. Georgie Petrov, CMO, entrepreneur, and content creator of AIG Marketer, says as a creator and CEO, my number one priority right now is focusing on scaling and improving content quality. Joe Davies, the CEO of Fat Joe, says staying ahead of industry innovations while maintaining quality is crucial for our growth. I spend about 40% of my week testing new tech and gathering feedback from our remote teams. This focus on innovation ensures we stay competitive without sacrificing excellence. Maniza Amini, the CEO and founder of Marvel Marketers, says there are certain things that I refuse to not get done in a particular week. Number one, morning strategy. I always start the day with myself, reviewing data, thinking forward, and setting the landscape. This reset ensures I guide the team intentionally instead of reacting on the spot. 2, client commitment. I take at least one client call a week, no exceptions. I've held Friday 9 to 10 a.m. meetings with one client for 6 years, helping them grow from 300 million to $1 billion in revenue. That kind of transformation takes consistency and care. 3, hiring excellence. I never leave hiring to chance. If you don't make it a priority, your team eventually reflects that neglect. Peak performance starts with peak hiring focus. David Zhang, CEO of Kate Backdrop, says always allocate time for both strategic thinking and human connection. Brandon Aversano, the CEO of the Alloy Market, says as a founder, the secret to success is balancing getting your hands dirty with trusting others to take the reins. As a creator and CEO, my number one priority is time management. I used to wear every hat. Now I delegate so I can focus on strategy and innovation. My top 3 priorities: 1, time management and delegation; 2, user-focused product development; and 3, vision and alignment. Daniel Lynch, digital agency owner of Empathy First Media, says as a creator and CEO, my top weekly priority is carving out uninterrupted focus time for high leverage thinking. Victor C., founder and community manager of prpackages.io, says weekly priority is removing distractions, not adding tasks. Number 1, protecting attention. I say no to most things. Number 2, compound growth loops. I double down only on traffic channels and systems that scale without me, like AI automation, SEO, and newsletters. 3, monetization over busy work. I only work about 4 hours per week. Everything I do must either generate recurring revenue or create compounding visibility. Josiah Lipsmeyer, the founder of Prosthetics Plastic Surgery Marketing. My weekly focus is refining our content engine to generate qualified leads consistently. Burak Ozdemir, the founder of Online Alarm, says I pick one system to improve, whether it's how I handle emails, track projects, or review analytics. Angela Betancourt, the founder and CEO of Betancourt Group. As a CEO, my number one priority each week is building momentum, whether that's through client work, strategic visibility, or creating new opportunities for my business and brand. Without consistent momentum, it's easy to get stuck in cycles of doubt or perfectionism. Christina Linton, Chief People Officer and CEO of Storyteller Overland and Flarespace. The best creator CEOs move nimbly and are never caught standing still. Dr. Gregory Gassick, neuroscientist, scientific consultant, co-founder of VMedX. Now, my main focus each week is on growth, which I define as balance between creative output and sound business decisions that will see the work and the business thrive. Daniel Ogun Mefun, the coordinator for Drift Courier says, these days, my number one priority each week is clarity. Clarity of direction, 1, 2, creating space to think, and 3, team alignment. Joe Spicek, the CEO of Fulfill.com says, my number one priority weekly is relentless customer focus. I spend 5 to 7 hours a week speaking with e-commerce brands. Listening closely has radically changed how we build our fulfillment matching platform. 2, building high leverage systems. Now we use scorecards and systems to evaluate for consistency and speed. 3, strategic network cultivation. I invest serious time into fulfillment relationships. A year ago, this wasn't even on my radar. Today, it's how we create exponential value for our clients. Bud Hadley, the CEO for Warlord Men's Grooming Essentials. Everything changed when I stopped chasing noise and started owning direction and flow. Justin Belmont, founder and CEO for Pros. If you're always busy but never building anything lasting, you're just spinning your wheels louder. Neil Veglio, the founder of Podnose Podcasting. My number one priority every week now is building leverage and eliminating bottlenecks, starting with myself. When I first launched Podnose, my only goal was not to screw up or disappoint clients. I said yes too much, mistook busyness for progress, and played way too small. Now my priorities are brutally focused. Number 1, ruthless focus on one core offer. If it doesn't amplify what's already working, it's noise. 2, deep creation without distractions. If I'm not creating at least one piece of content every week that can sell or scale, I'm stagnating. 3, hire smarter, delegate faster. If I'm the best at everything in the room, I failed. My job is to build a business that can thrive without me. A year ago, I thought like a freelancer who happened to run a business. Now I think like a CEO building something that outlasts me. That shift is everything. Bennett Maxwell, CEO of Franchise KI, says, I dedicate 50% of my week to strategic planning sessions with our franchise partners, helping them identify growth opportunities and overcome scaling challenges. George Yang, founder and chief product designer with YR Fitness. My top priority each week now is keeping my team aligned around the work that truly matters. Because if your team is focused, your company moves forward even when you're not in the room. Kiera DeWitt, RN, CPN, founder and CEO for Inject Co., says, my number one weekly priority is guarding the brand ruthlessly. This includes 1, brand protection, 2, quality control, and 3, high stakes decision making. Brian Davis, CEO of Handy Rubbish, says, each week I push my team to take charge. This lets me look at the big picture stuff like growing our business and keeping it green. Alex Schechtman, CEO and founder of LBC Mortgage. Today, my number one priority each week is building a strong, scalable team. People who don't just work in the business, but help to grow it. Pavel Scher, CEO of Fuse Base. Right now, my number one focus is on user retention through product improvements rather than just acquiring new customers like we did initially. Sandra Kratz, founder of TutorBase. It's amazing how much impact small improvements may have. When I first started TutorBase, I was obsessed with adding new features, but now I focus on making existing ones more intuitive and reliable. My team and I spend at least 6 hours a week analyzing user behavior patterns to identify friction points, and that's completely transformed our product development process. Reginald Youngblood, the owner of Heat Print Hub, says, my number one priority has evolved from focusing on equipment sales to dedicating at least 15 hours a week to developing comprehensive training resources. Edward Piazza, president of Titan Funding, says, after years of trying to do it all myself, I've learned that my main priority needs to be empowering my team through systematic knowledge sharing and clear decision-making frameworks. Alex Safavinia, CEO and creative director of Kazra Design. My number one priority now is business development and bringing more established brands aboard. Hassan Morcel, CEO of Keys Please Holiday Homes in Dubai. Each week, I'm focused on making good choices quickly. My top 3 priorities: 1, encouraging genuine relationships. 2, staying creative without burnout. I used to grind nonstop. Now I space out tasks, delegate, and alternate focus with creative resets. Breaks and joy keep the fire lit. 3, making money in diversified ways. I've gone from one income stream to many. Sales, sponsorships, memberships, diversification protects the business from sudden platform shifts. Alexander Liebisch, founder, TinderProfile.ai. I discovered my top priority shifted from chasing multiple projects to laser focusing on AI innovation. I protect a 4-hour R&D block every Monday to test and improve our AI models. Since making that switch, user engagement has doubled. Carl Threadgold, Managing Director for Threadgold Consulting. My absolute top priority is developing our remote team's capabilities and ensuring clear communication channels. Sean Martin, founder and CEO, We Buy Houses in Denver. My top 3 priorities are staying updated on market trends, building relationships, and managing finances effectively. Justin King, Director of Operations for Cheray Cosmetics, says my top priority has shifted from chasing revenue to building sustainable systems and team culture. Now I dedicate over 50% of my week to team training and process documentation, and the results have been undeniable. If you loved these 100 tips, 100 lessons for creators, please leave a review on the show and leave your Instagram handle and our website so I can shout you out. Share it, tag me on social media at Katrina Julia Fit, at Fit Life Creation, and dive deep into my creator circle and preview to Creator School at www.bit.ly/create it like a boss, and or the link in the show notes, and or if you want to follow along on the blog post, you can follow along and look at all the amazing quotes and or re-listen to this episode. As always, friends, remember, create, transform, and inspire because you are born to.